Welcome to Forgotten Farmers: How Policy is Failing Rural Communities. In this video, we will explore the often overlooked challenges faced by rural farmers, from inadequate infrastructure to policy gaps that hinder their growth and sustainability. We'll examine the profound economic and social consequences of this neglect and highlight the pressing need for change. Join us as we discuss the road ahead and potential solutions to support those who cultivate our land and contribute to our communities. 1. The struggles of rural farmers. Rural farmers are the unsung heroes who work tirelessly from dawn till dusk, yet many find themselves in dire straits. With the growing costs of seeds, fertilizers, and machinery, coupled with unpredictable weather patterns, maintaining a profit has become an uphill battle. Imagine trying to balance a budget where prices fluctuate like a roller coaster, and your income depends largely on the whims of nature. Many farmers face this dilemma daily, and without adequate policy support, they are left vulnerable. Adding to their woes is the lack of access to modern technology and resources that could otherwise boost productivity. While urban centers thrive with innovation, rural areas often lag behind, unable to compete on a level playing field. The absence of efficient policy measures to bridge this gap leaves farmers struggling to keep pace with the demands of the current market. 2. Inadequate infrastructure and services. Infrastructure is the backbone of any thriving community, yet in many rural areas, it remains woefully inadequate. Roads, bridges, and communication networks are often in disrepair, making it difficult for farmers to transport their goods to market. Imagine trying to sell your produce when the nearest market is hours away, and the road leading there is riddled with potholes. This logistical nightmare has become all too familiar for many rural farmers. Moreover, essential services such as healthcare and education are often lacking. Rural hospitals are closing at alarming rates, leaving vast areas without critical medical services. Similarly, educational opportunities are limited, with fewer schools and resources available for children in these communities. The lack of investment in these areas paints a grim picture, where rural communities are left to fend for themselves without the support they desperately need. 3. Policy gaps and their consequences. The policies that govern agriculture and rural development often fail to address the unique challenges faced by rural communities. Many policies are designed with a one-size-fits-all approach, which does not take into account the diverse needs of different regions. This oversight leads to a disconnect between policy intentions and real-world outcomes, leaving farmers in the lurch. For example, subsidies and incentives that are meant to support farmers often end up benefiting large agribusinesses more than small, family-owned farms. The result is a widening gap between large and small-scale farmers, where the latter struggles to survive amidst increasing competition. This policy failure exacerbates existing inequalities, with devastating consequences for rural communities. 4. The economic impact of neglect. Rural communities contribute significantly to the national economy, yet their potential remains largely untapped due to neglect. Agriculture alone accounts for a substantial portion of the country's GDP, but without the necessary support, this sector risks stagnation. Imagine a bustling factory that suddenly loses its power supply, productivity grinds to a halt, and profits dwindle. This analogy mirrors the current state of rural farming communities, where potential is stifled by a lack of policy support. The economic impact is not confined to rural areas alone, it ripples across the nation. As rural communities struggle, the national economy feels the strain, leading to a cycle of decline that affects everyone. Addressing the policy gaps that hinder rural development is not just a rural issue but a national imperative. 5. Social and cultural repercussions. Beyond the economic aspects, the neglect of rural communities has profound social and cultural repercussions. Rural areas are often rich in traditions and cultural heritage, but as communities dwindle, so does this vibrant tapestry. Imagine a library filled with ancient books slowly being consumed by dust and decay. This is akin to what happens when rural communities are left to wither away. A wealth of knowledge and history is lost. The social fabric of rural areas is also under threat, with younger generations moving to urban centers in search of better opportunities. This migration leads to an aging population, where the remaining residents struggle to maintain their way of life. The loss of cultural identity and community bonds is a tragic consequence of policy neglect. 6. Possible solutions and the road ahead. While the challenges are daunting, solutions are within reach. Policymakers need to adopt a more tailored approach that considers the unique needs of rural communities. Investment in infrastructure, access to technology, and targeted subsidies can provide the much-needed support to revitalize rural areas. Think of it as providing a lifeline to a drowning swimmer. The right support can make all the difference. Additionally, fostering partnerships between urban and rural areas can create mutually beneficial opportunities. By leveraging the strengths of both, a more balanced and sustainable development can be achieved. This collaborative approach holds the promise of not only addressing the current issues but building a brighter future for rural communities. 7. Conclusion. In conclusion, the plight of rural farmers is a pressing issue that demands urgent attention. The policies that govern rural development must evolve to meet the challenges of the 21st century. By bridging the gap between intention and action, we can ensure that rural communities are not left behind. The road ahead requires commitment and collaboration, but with the right steps, we can create a future where rural communities thrive alongside their urban counterparts.